What's going on, everybody? How the heck are you? Hope you're good. Hope you're well. Welcome back to more Toronto Maple Leafs shenaniganery on NHL 16. Our second season has come to a close, and we did a much better job, easy for me to say, in terms of tanking this season. Wasn't perfect, as somehow the Winnipeg Jets were worse. I don't even know how that's possible. But the Winnipeg Jets were worse. Shout out to freaking Brian Little and his band of merry men, I suppose. But I mean, Andre Pavlik, I guess, would help out. A very young Connor Hellebuck and Jacob Trumba. God, it's still so weird to see Trouba as a Jet. I mean, it's weird to know, of course, now that he's a Doc, but it's weird. It's weird. So anyway, today we get to focus on the draft and the offseason, as we have a lot of young dudes who are ready to take the step up, as the LA Kings are listed as a playoff favorite. I don't think modern bracket shows that. That's actually really nice. But we take a look. We got Dallas, Nashville, Colorado, Chicago, San Jose, Edmonton, LA, Calgary, Philly, and New York, Pittsburgh and Buffalo, Tampa, Montreal, Detroit, and Kakalaki. We're going to see who takes home the Stanley Cup this year. Of course, unfortunately, the Marlies were also bad. I don't know why the Marlies were that bad, but they were bad. Although when looking at it, I think there's actually a chance that they made the playoffs. No. Okay, it was just the final game of the year against the Portland Pirates. Okay, we're fine. God, I miss being able to say the Portland Pirates. I really do. For anybody who somehow doesn't know, again, I live in Maine. That state that you could probably point to on a map, but you're just like, I don't know what fucking goes on there, right? Right. So there's that. But I was a big Portland Pirates fan growing up. I went to countless AHL games, and it's nice having an ECHL team, and it might even be a better fit for the city of Portland and the state of Maine. But man, ECHL hockey just isn't quite the same as having an AHL team and getting to witness, certain prospects really taking that step up. Unfortunately, it's just not the same. It's still good. Still glad that team exists, but it's just not the same. Getting to see those dudes that it's like, oh man, I can't wait to see that guy tear it up. Although sometimes they don't even end up tearing it up. I remember watching plenty of Providence Bruins, Portland Pirates games, and thinking that Ryan Spooner was going to be really, really good for the Bruins. So anyway, let's get a look at the bracket. The Penguins are now the playoff favorite because they are up 2-1 on Chicago in the Stanley Cup final. After going through Buffalo and the Islanders, they did not lose until they lost 2 games to Tampa, yet they are still there. So, and we almost got McDavid versus Crosby, but not quite. Not quite. So we'll see who wins the cup here. Looks like it'll probably be Pittsburgh. I think we can just sim a week ahead, and the series will be done well before then. Is there anything else we can do here? Let's look at Swedish forwards. The scouting, simultaneously takes forever, but you never get enough information. And Chicago came back to win it. The Hershey Bears win the Calder Cup, but there it is. Chicago makes it 4 Stanley Cups in less than a decade. This was right around the time, too, if I'm not mistaken. They lost that series to Nashville, and things just weren't quite the same for them. But they win it in 6 games. So 3 straight wins, maybe even 4. We don't know if the Penguins were up 2-0 in that series. Chicago wins another cup. It's a good thing we traded away their first round pick now, isn't it? Well, let's take a look at that Hawks lineup that got it done, led in scoring by Jonathan Toews. Of course, Kane's up there. Teuvo Teravainen, Hossa, and Artemi Panarin. Not to mention Artem Anisimov. He was really, really good as well. Defensively, Duncan Keith and his band of merry men, with respect to Nick Chalmerson and Brent Seabrook. That's, damn. And then Corey Crawford as the goalie with a .928 save percentage. Go figure, that Nashville series I was talking about, was that the one where Scott Darling stepped in and just still couldn't save it? It might have been. So far, we have seen Calgary and Chicago win the Stanley Cup and the Calder Cup, the Chicago Wolves and the Hershey Bears, which, yeah, that sounds about right for the AHL. Steven Stamkos led the league in scoring. He's the Art Ross winner this year. He's also the Hart Trophy winner. The Norris to Drew Doughty, while the Calder goes to Maximum Domi. It's not who I was expecting to win that, but there you go. Max Domi wins the Calder. Conn Smythe to Jonathan Taves. Vezina to Jonathan Quick. The Selke to Jonathan Taves. Ted Lindsay Award to Stamkos. Rocket Richard. Who else? Alexander Ovechkin. In the AHL, I think that's Blair Jones was the top point getter. He was also league MVP. Teemu Pulkkinen, top goal scorer, also top rookie. Brett Pesce, top defenseman. Top goaltender, Jason LaBarbera. And the MVP of the playoffs, goaltender, Jason Peters. Well, that's always nice to see a goalie actually winning like the Conn Smythe or its AHL equivalent. I feel like we never see that anymore in these games, probably because goalies always play like hot trash, but I digress. Let's find out. I mean, we head right to the draft. There's no draft lottery before then. Let's find out our fate. Will it be a top draft pick this year? I don't even know at this point if I can look at who we've scouted. We'll see. Nope, it's blanked out. Okay, well, let's see what happens. Let's see who's in this draft. And maybe we'll, again, regret not trading up to first overall if we ultimately don't get that pick. Because, having Austin Matthews would have been pretty nice this year, but that's okay. The trade block. Let's see if this wants to cooperate tonight. What do we want? Am I allowed to change that? Okay. It did let me change that. That's good. Yep. Okay. Now, am I allowed to change this? I would say let's fully open up the wants, but then I feel like it would just take forever to actually get through the draft because we'd be getting a million bajillion offers. So let's set this up in the most ideal fashion for us, and we'll see how that looks. Thing is, I don't think we need a goaltender at this point. Like, if we get a goalie, it's got to be John Gibson for what we saw him do last year. So, I mean, if we get a goalie, we want like a 4.5 star, right? Like a medium elite or better, because otherwise we got Jari, we got Thompson. Some people might be like, so you got nothing. But we at least have something, right? For the goalies right now. At least from an NHL perspective, it's a decent amount to build around. We will fully open the block in terms of what players we are willing to listen to offers for. Nobody specifically has to be on the block. Here we go. The first overall pick belongs to the Boston Bruins. We fell all the way down to 5th. Oh my God. Joe Thornton, Daniel Sedin, and Marion Host are retired. Dude, we fell to 5th? Holy. Who's even in the top 5 this year? Okay, it's mostly generated dudes. There's, literally, a Jared Duda, although I'll call him Jarrod Duda. There is also Valery Kapitanov out of Belarus, Zach McMillan out of Switzerland, Justin Hickey out of Switzerland, and Tyrone McIntyre, the American. Only one of these players is 18 years old, and that's Duda. Okay. I don't know if I dare try to trade up. And then top 10, Lucas Bush, Blake McKee, Ruslan Novoseltsev, Stuart Skinner, and Andy Doig. It's tough to say if anyone's worth trading up for here. We obviously don't have a ton of information on people, and what we do have, if it's there, it's not great. We know for Duda, he's a sniper, but he's only going to have a 3-star shooting category, so I don't think we're going to trade up here. Bruins with that first pick take Kapitanov as we get offered a 3rd for 2 fourths. No, thank you. Kapitanov, high 9 playmaker. Okay. Vancouver takes McIntyre. Or a high 9, a high top 6, that is. Same for McIntyre, high top 6 playmaker down the middle. The Devils at 3, it looks like it was McMillan. Medium 6. That dude who's projected first is still there. And basically Kyle Burrows for a 3rd round pick. it's a second round pick this year, but some futures there. I mean, I like Kyle Burrows, but he is just a high 7th. Am I allowed to look at his player card? I think I have to go here first. I mean, he's a 68 overall at 22. Like, he's fine, but no, we'll take a third round pick. That's a done deal with Boston. And then there's Hickey. So yeah, dude. Fun fact: Duda's still there with this 5th pick. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. I mean, we might as well take the risk, right? 5th overall pick, the top 5 options still there. Really quickly, because this is a hell of a bargaining piece here. Is there anybody available where it's like, no, we'd rather have that dude? And that could include John Gibson, who is still available for the Ducks. I said before, like, man, I don't know. Yeah, it's a goalie. But he did have a really good year last year. Like, Scott Hartnell's not going to be worth the 1st overall. Or is like Logan Brown. And I'm not like specifically tied to having to trade for people that are on the block, but it obviously helps. Like, we get a better return for less. Bunch of veterans don't fit what we're doing right now. Although with how quickly this team could turn around, maybe they do. There's Andre Kasha showing up as a 65. Carl Grunstrom. So it is either. Camilleri was okay. How old was Camilleri? He's going to be like 35. Wow, on the dot. We'll take that. Not literally. We're not trading for him. I just meant that I was happy I got it right. Nashville. Trennan? He's already 20. Also, he's listed as a playmaker. Not quite. The New York Islanders, no. The Rangers, no. Burrows, absolutely not. So we can make this pick and take somebody like Duda and hope that the 4 teams before us all screwed up. Or we trade the pick for John Gibson. That is a very, very tough call. Let's see. For Gibson, 3 years left, $2.3 million. He is a legitimate number 1 starter already, high elite. He's only going to get better. And he was rumored. Like, Leafs fans talked about, hey, maybe John Gibson to Toronto for years. Years. Thing is, if we take Duda and he's great, it'll be like, oh, yeah, well, if we take him and he didn't, oh, we should have done the trade. I mean, again, like, Stuart Skinner's there as well. But first rounder, I'm just trying to see who's even in this first round. It is mostly generated dudes. I thought there'd be more real guys because of Junior. Apparently not. The only dude that apparently the potential is good is Ola Oduya. Which, that shooting and puck skills category, Oduya is actually going to be pretty damn good from the looks of it. Let's see, top 10. A bunch of these guys we just don't know much about. Skinner looks like he's going to be really good out of the gates. Holy. When's our next pick after this? I forgot how far down the road it was after the lottery. Pick number 15. And, oh my God, 28. Ugh. Okay. If we don't take Gibson, it probably has to be Duda, or it could just be Stuart Skinner. Duda showing up as a high 9. Again, the fact he's a sniper and is only going to have a 3-star shooting category kind of sucks. It looks like he's going to be a better playmaker. Only 73 offensive awareness out of the gates. Skinner looks like he could be fantastic. And then there's Ola Oduya, who should be available with our next pick. Maybe we go with Stuart Skinner. I don't really know how good the game made him. I mean, he fits the window a little bit better. A little bit more than John Gibson does, but Gibson's already a proven commodity. But then, of course, there is the temptation of Duda because top 5 projected. But other teams passed on him, and I'm not seeing anything there that makes me think, oh my God, no, we have to take him. What else do we have in the first round that we have any sort of info on outside of Oduya? Pretty much nobody. So, I mean, Oduya is definitely the target. Oh, Jonah Gadjevic is there. Kyler Yamamoto's a bit further down. Not be the best, though. Dude from freaking Bosnia and Herzegovina. Okay. Every fiber of my being says don't trust a goalie. But man, like the Gibson or Skinner option looks so good. Could Gibson even be traded for with this pick? Probably. Could we swing this to also get Prince, who does look solid? Not amazing, but solid. Who is this? Doug Miller? He could be decent too, honestly. So at least if we were to do this instead of going after Stuart Skinner, we do get some extra forwards, right? Could be worth it. Could be worth it. The question is, though, if we're trying to tank still, is it worth getting Gibson after what we saw Jonathan Bernier do? And the answer is no. It's not worth it because he will win us games. Let's be honest, that defense isn't ready, right? Like, we're still waiting for Dunn. We're waiting for Forsling. And then right wing side, like the forward core is getting there, but the defense, we're still waiting for a couple of the younger guys. Man, Adrian Kempe, holy hell. That trade value is insane. And then centers, Kadri, Bozak. Eriksson X going to be ready. Roller coaster still looking good. With the 5th overall pick, the Toronto Maple Leafs select Stuart Skinner, the Lethbridge Hurricanes. Is only a medium starter. I thought he'd be higher up than that. I'm intrigued to know what his overall is, and if it will show me his trade value immediately, and it won't. But between Thompson, Jari, and Skinner, somebody in the future needs to be able to make a save, right? But again, Skinner better fit the deal there. We'll see if I really screwed up. There was McKee as a top 4 defenseman, but we didn't know anything about him. Duda still hasn't been chosen. There he goes. It was a medium top 6 sniper. We got the goalie equivalent. There's nobody yet where I'm like, oh my God, we didn't take that guy. And we won't have reason to say that until we see overalls. Morgan Riley. I can't trade Morgan Riley in this timeline. I can't. 2 firsts for why the hell would I do that? Ola Oduya is taken early by Florida. I like that the AI is a bit smarter. We noticed Oduya was probably pretty good. Man, there is a chance that they just got their bark off of this timeline. Yeah. In fairness, they already have their bark off of this timeline, right? But still, that hurts a bit. Sutter and a 3rd for a 2nd and a 5th. Sutter's like an okay bottom 6 option now, but he's nothing special. He's a 75. He has a high bottom 6 at 23. Very physical, not the best on face-offs. He's okay. He's okay, but we'll take a 2nd round pick. Using him to move up from 3rd to 2nd. Granted, it's next year. We'll do that. There goes Doig. Not doing that deal. Senators take Bush. A lot of people aren't happy with me trading Sutter. 1st, Kadri and Jari for a 1st and a 2nd. You're out to lunch. Laura Kine in the medium 4. Dude named Mrazek to Dallas was bad. And then Anaheim takes Fair, who's still okay. All right. Well, it's a shame that Ola Oduya isn't there anymore. Maybe I should have just gone for him and had confidence. So the question is now, anybody here that we like the looks of? Anybody projected 1st to 2nd round or sooner that we like the looks of? Jonah Gadjevich is there, but I hate the look of that potential. Trader we know nothing about. Ethan Gilroy, Alexei Vishnevsky, Donoff, Marcus Lidstrom, we don't know for sure really anything about him. Bradley Smithson, Jody DeMello, then there's Kyler Yamamoto, but again, I got a hunch he's probably not that good. Radek Pasternak, Adrian Pogge, Sergei Perez-Hogan. I know nothing about any of these guys, man. Stu Setaguchi, but again, we don't know much. I mean, medium accuracy for a really good shooting category. Like, maybe we take Setaguchi. Juha Granlund. At least Setaguchi was 18 as well. Walton and Rob Cooper. Jan Saget. And then all the way back down. Right now, it's Stu Setaguchi because there's really not much else going on. We know the market for this first round pick wasn't great. Damn. Well, in hindsight, we should have taken Oduya early and then used this pick to trade for John Gibson. That would have been the play. Even if Gibson doesn't fit the timeline, we could have flipped him. I don't think there was anybody else out there on the market, right? Like, there really wasn't. Unless we went for a veteran. Maybe we still swing the deal for Gibson? Or at least try to? And then we have Stuart Skinner as a flippable asset, if need be. The Buffalo pick isn't close, but there was nobody left in the first round that looked good. So what if we use these 2 first rounders? Can I safety net this at all? Third rounder? I mean, 2 first round picks for Gibson and 2 decent forwards instead of taking a risk and potentially getting nothing. Do we take the guarantee or do we go for someone who might be mid? I got a feeling like that one dude, man, the high bottom 6, like, how good is he actually going to be? I don't know the answer to that, but it's me just pondering in real time. If they take this, I go through with it. And they didn't. Yeah, so we're not giving up more than 2 first-round picks to do it. So let's just hope for the best then. Best-looking player of this group looked to have been the American winger, Stu Setaguchi. Yep, had a hunch he might be a medium 9. Damn. I think someone can and will rightfully call me out for this draft. Tough to remember. Oh my God, yeah, we're just missing left and right. I am looking forward to the comments on this one. Holy. Jari for 2/3. And we'll hold on to Jari for now. Even Saget was a medium 6. Son of a bitch. I should have just blind picked somebody, right? Instead of going with the one guy that's like, maybe he's good, maybe he's not. Let's just sim to our next pick here. Bunch of trash bag trade offers that we are just not interested in the slightest. Basically a 5th round pick for Jonathan Marchessault. I'm going to say no to that. We'll keep Marchessault around. God, dude, Chicago got somebody better at freaking 26 than I got with the 15th. Damn. Okay, well, we need a home run here. We need a home run here, and we'll even be looking at dudes that are projected here in the 2nd round and seeing who we have. Charlie Hoffman, we know nothing about him. Wes Burnett. I don't like what that potential looks like at all. The attributes might not be too bad, but Mika Peltonen has a chance of very high puck skills. Also 18, having played for Ilves. So, I mean, Peltonen. Let me open up a notepad option here. Remember Peltonen. Kincaid, we know nothing about. Telkvist, we don't really know that much about. Gordy Recchi, nothing. Hans Kretschmann, nothing. Nathaniel Penner, I mean, if we wanted a defenseman, might be the guy to take, right? At least he is younger than some of the other options there. Nebus, not that good. Clark, we certainly don't need another goalie. Forstrom, no thank you. Markov. Jyrki Tarvinen, not looking too good. Timothy Robertson at 19. Looks like he's going to have good puck skills. That might be the guy. It might be the Norwegian. Adrian Wheel. Rick Chelios. I mean, if that shooting category had any sort of accuracy, it'd be interesting. Brad Odeline. Jose Vagetti. Ribeiro, Duras, and the other guys. Vegetti could be interesting. Apparently, he is going to be a good skater out of the gates. Decent shooting category, good senses. And there's Odeline. We don't know enough about him. Chelios could have a good shot, could be a good skater. He's also a grinder. Wheel could have a good shot. We know nothing else about him. And then Robertson, great puck skills, decent senses. I think it's Robertson. We got 35 seconds here. It's Robertson or Vegetti. We're taking the Norwegian. Okay. High bottom six isn't too bad. Could have been better. Could have been worse. We'll see who the AI takes that I'll regret having not taken. Gadjevich was a medium bottom six. Like, that's not too bad. Lines up well. I mean, the guy, key for the Florida Panthers fourth line. Eberle for a fourth and a sixth. Let's get an update on Eberle here. What's he looking like? 72 at 23. He's probably not going to make it. We'll take that deal with Minnesota. Jonathan Marchessault for free. No, thank you. Marchessault for a fifth. No, thank you. I don't even know I don't even know if we have a second round pick now in this draft. Second round pick for Jari is a bit better, but still not interested right now. And we'll just keep declining deals left and right here. Vince Dunn. Yeah, that's not happening. Marchessault for a sixth. Not getting any interesting trade offers. And again, I have no idea when another pick is coming up here. If it is even going to happen here in the second round. We don't need Morgan Riley. Not trading Marchessault for a seventh. I like how they keep making their offer worse, as if I'm like turning it down because I don't want to rip them off. That's insane. Mike Winter for a fourth and a fifth. This is going to depend on how old he is. Right now, he's just kind of a dude. Why the hell am I doing that? There we go. 69 overall at 20. Oh, yeah, he can go. He can go. Thank you, Detroit. Thank you very, very much. Yep, we are going to have a lot to recap here shortly. We're about to make it through the entirety of the second round. Okay, fair enough. No, we're not trading Nazem Kadri. Ooh, Pedersen, Jari, Bishop for a first. I'm going to say no still, but that is tempting. It is very tempting. All right, so there's no way we don't have a third round pick, right? Because I've gotten a freaking million bajillion offers for it. It's just when the hell is it coming up? And we'll look back through the draft. We'll see if there are even picks worth making right now. There might not be. Let's see. None of this. Again, this is why I'm so thankful for the Trade Finder feature, because I can just do what I want to do and not have to rely on the trade block for the AI to generate trades. There we go. End of the third round is our next pick. So let's go all the way back to the end of the first. So it was Smithson for Chicago. Second round, Yamamoto to Calgary. Looking for either familiar names or good potentials. And holy hell, the second round fell off a cliff, Spaghetti. Son of a dude, I have botched this draft. Oh my God. Skinner instead of Oduya. Robertson instead of Vegetti. I have butchered this draft. Good Lord. In fairness, like you can tell, there's a lot of room to miss, but I am right on target. Got Mason Shaw, dude named Sugelboff, pretty good for Edmonton. Calvasari at the end. Cale Fleury goes to New Jersey. Man, some of these potentials are rough. I don't know if it's going to be worth making this pick. Travis Barron to the Islanders. Ralph Jarrett. Tyler Soy still got taken in the third round. Well, we'll see who's available here because, again, we know there's not much to get with this trade value. Ooh, Petrus Palmu. Sergei Kozanov. Petrus Palmu. Jared Popovich is an 18-year-old sniper. Ty Comrie. Tyler Steenbergen. But we know exactly what his potential is. So 4th round, Rocky Kaura, 20-year-old Tim Gettinger, Dmitry Zamnov, Sergei Arkhipov. We just know nothing about these guys. Savan Kara, I should say. Ty Fellhaber, Chase Campbell, Joey Shelley, Austin Strand. He's very good in these games. Hudson Elnuick, Nolan Patrick. And I can't imagine his potential is actually that good. Marcus Crawford, Artemov. Okay, well, we know Nolan Patrick's around. But 3rd round, we could go for Palmu. Oh, my God. Could go for Palmu, but honestly, I think we just go for the youngest player and hope for the best. Jared Popovich out of Hungary is going to be our guy here. And he is terrible. Sweet. We got more picks at the start of the 4th. God help me. Based on how this draft is going, God help me. And Palmu was the pick right after ours. Cool. Well, we can either take complete unknowns or go for somebody else, so we might as well go for 18-year-old complete unknowns. We'll at least have more time to develop. Then again, there might not even be that many dudes that fit that description because so many people are overagers. We got to take Nolan Patrick, right? I mean, dude he's a long-time channel legend. Is only a medium bottom 6. Again, an edited potential. He's not going to have the best durability, but we're not worried about injuries. So, and obviously, again, there's a reason why I'm not sorting by known potentials because our scouts don't know anything. They don't know a damn thing. All right. If we go down 4th to 5th round, are there any younger players? Franco Sproviero. Sproviro. Franco. Sproviro. Oh, man. This is not looking good. Let's take let's take I mean, Spro's got to be real though, right? Well, then he is 18 this year for Sarnia, so maybe not. Did we take Franco? Yeah, let's just go back to the top here. Ukrainian Sergei Arkhipov. He is our guy. No, he's not. He's really not. Dude, it is barely worth having a pick outside the 1st round. This is crazy. Holy, I like how ruthless it is. Don't get me wrong, but holy. Chase Campbell on Sarnia. What about Russian defenseman Dmitry Zamnov? Just because we just still need defensemen too. He's a medium 7th. We'll see if we get anything out of this draft. There's Anisimov, Nikitin, or the center Kasparaitis. Let us go for... Let's take the center Kasparaitis. We shouldn't have taken the center Kasparaitis. Oh, man. In fairness, we're not missing out on much. Anisimov was a low 9, so... This is crazy. Crazy. What do we even go for here, man? What do we even go for? Seriously. 5th round, is that Trenton Bork? There you go. That's what we got for familiar names at this point. Holy. We got Savan Kara. We know the potential is going to be bad. Another Hungarian, Tom Leach. Let's go for him. He's also trash. Son of a bitch. Okay, this strategy of just selecting random dudes isn't working either. Holy. Right. There's all the exacts, and then there's just a bunch of dudes that we don't know. Like, there's nothing to go off of except for, hey, there's Ty Ronning, which is nice. And there's just too many people to look at. None of these goalies have any league interest. The AI's eyeing up some of these defensemen. Alex Breton, Josh Anderson. Habs legend Josh Anderson. Tony Teixeira, Mitch Kreis. I guess we could look at Josh Anderson on defense. Who else is the AI interested in? Raphael Sawyer. Left wing side. Mike Davies, Raquel, Finn, and Pekka Korpikari. Probably looking at Korpikari for a forward. And then here, Sloboshan, Montgomery, Reynolds, Hebig, and Burke. Well, when in doubt, let's take the defender projected to be undrafted. We'll take Josh Anderson. He is atrocious. I would trade away these picks if it wasn't such a pain in the ass to trade them away, and if we also had people to actually select with these picks. You know what? AI, pick for me. You can't possibly do any worse. Okay, never mind. Well, you didn't do worse, but you certainly didn't do well. Man, this is going to be tough. This is going to be tough. All right. Well, who's the first overly oh, that guy had a career? Like, obviously, these guys with pictures were real players, might have been drafted, stuff like that. Like, I guess Trenton Bork. There is Kevin Klima. Is Kelly Klima in the game? Can we take the Klimas? Can we? Oh, boy. I can't even sort it by forwards. Oh, my God. Whatever. I'm committing. Just scrolling all the way down to the Ks, and then that way we can see if the Klimas are selectable. Are they? Please, God. Let this not be. Okay, there we go. So we'll take Kevin Klima, who's not good at all. Maybe we won't take Kelly. You know what? We might as well. Nobody's going to be any better. Sheesh. This is a bit depressing. There we go. We'll take the Klimas. I hit my freaking elbow on the desk. Yep, they're not very good, but hey. They're ours now, so they're the best. That's how it works. Who's the next, overly familiar name that's projected to be drafted? Actually, you know what? Korpikari. Yeah, I was going to say Korpikari's there, but who gives a damn? Brandon Hamlin, Igor Popov, Chris Paquette. Couldn't even be Cedric. And Jimmy Huntington made it with, the Syracuse Crunch. Aaron Luchuk was a send for a bit. Wasn't he a Leaf for a bit, too? Will Thompson. Johannes Johannesson. Mike Davies, Mitch Balmus. Ivan Mongo. Oh, we're taking Mongo this year. Never mind that shit. We're taking Mongo this year, baby. Yeah, medium bottom 6. It could have been worse. Marchessault for a 5th. God, I don't want a 5th round pick. I'd rather have Marchessault for the, AHL worst case scenario. Because this is insane. All right. Who else can we get that's at least a familiar name? A somewhat notable name. Or a good meme like Connor Bunneman. Flyers legend. Olivier Shane-Gomez. Brandon Crawley. London Knight legend. David Henley. Will Thompson again. Matthew Boucher. Etu Tulola. I don't know how good Tulola would have been rated in this game. Sam Field. Landreville. Jarkko Parlika. Jean-Sebastien Taive. Jakob Stukel. Jack Hanley. Taylor Ford. Alex Dostie. Evan Fiala. Troy Henley. Tyler Sensky. Here's to you, Jordan Henderson. Any other fun names? Cody Gagnon. Austin Hall. Bailey Webster. Oh, Kyle Rhodes. Yep, he's the one. We are taking Kyle Rhodes. I said we were looking for memes. No disrespect, Kyle. We found one. There you go. Kyle Rhodes. Absolutely dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. And everybody's going to be. Let's see. Who's the next center? Who is the next center? We'll start from the top. Jonathan Ong. He was pretty well highly touted at one point. Tyler Boston. Bunneman's still there. Braden Burke. I mean, we might as well have fun with this while we're here, right? Alex Dostie. Alexander Fortin. A smile would be nice, Luke. Jesus. Any other fun ones? Cameron Hebig. Just like I said, I'm wondering who's down here. Tanner Kaspick. Matt Kreis. Alexander Landreville. Vince Lashivo. Skylar McKenzie. And a bunch of other guys in the who's that of CHL history. Luke Smith, Jordy Stollard, Calgary, Jaeger White. Gotta be honest, the centers weren't that exciting. What do we got at left wing? Left wing can at least bring somebody up who's more interesting than that. Otherwise, I will just simulate the rest of this. But at this point, we're desperate. Even though I'm sure we won't find anybody out of this, but that's okay. Justin Doucette as an enforcer. I mean, hey, starting to take enforcers might not be the worst thing in the world. Ben Howarchuk. We can take Ben Howarchuk and see if we can get him to develop. I think that could be fun. He's not going to develop, but we can try. We can try. Ben Howarchuk's a decent one. Let's go from the bottom now. Who else do we got here? Any other super fun names or anything like that? Mitch and Jack Webb. I mean, I'm guessing these two are also... Yeah. I mean, it would make sense. We could take the Webbs. Hayden Verbeek. We'll take Hayden Verbeek. Hooray for nepotism. We're just going to take all the family members who didn't work out. It's perfect. Hooray for nepotism. We could take the Webbs. We could, but I want to see who else is there. There are enforcers as well, including a dude named Kent. Peter Solschneen. Campbell Picard. What a name. Or Pickard, even. Anybody else? Son of a fame? Are you Dean McAmmon's kid? Actually, you know what? I need to look this up. This might be Dean McAmmon's kid. Elite prospect. Save the day. Jared McAmmond. Are you Dean McAmmond's? You sure are. Oh, it's his uncle. Oh, it's his uncle. Well, that's not as fun. That's not as fun. Anybody else? Like I said, we might as well have fun with this damn thing. Sam LaBerge. Johnny Jones. I know nothing about Johnny Jones. It's just a fun name to say. All right, well, we can take the Joneses, or we just start taking enforcers from the looks of it. Got the Bryce Gunnar Wegleitner. What a name. What was there? Colby Tower. Pavel Skumatov. Great name. I mean, we got to take Ty Ronning, right? Pretty sure Ty still follows me on that horrible platform known as Twitter. He's a medium bottom 6. He's better than anybody we've taken in ages. Oh, I should have known. Shout out to Ty Ronning. That's fantastic. Anybody else? I mean, we pretty much know what our fallback plan is if there's nobody else. So, Mason McCarty. Son of Darren. I at least got to look. Apparently, he's still playing for the Idaho Steelheads. No relation to Darren McCarty at all. That's disappointing. That's very disappointing. Nikita Lee. Middle name Lidl. Last name Lee. Lee. There's a Frenchman. Philip Generous. Holy shit. Okay, dude's got 4.5-star high accuracy senses. Hold on. Mr. Generous. How good are you? It's not that bad. It's not. It could have been worse. Maybe we don't do any other meme picks. Hold on. If someone was actually that decent. Out of all these dudes that we actually apparently have some info on that apparently are quite bad. Like Ulrich has 2 4-stars. Kenny Huther. Blacksmith could be decent. Bouchard. Alexander Alain, not looking that bad. Montgomery. I mean, we could definitely risk it for some of these guys. Montgomery had 3 4-star. Let's go for Sean Montgomery. Let's see. If we get lucky here, this might be the way to do it. Nope. Okay, back to the memes. Back to the memes. In the longest draft of all time. Final pick. Mr. Irrelevant. Who the hell is that going to be? Shout out to former Maine Mariner Morgan Adams. Babbage, the Bargar, River Beatty. We got Noah Bushnell. Oh, Riker, your parents don't like you. Your parents don't like you. Spell the damn name the way the name is meant to be spelled. Stop torturing your damn kids. Ryan Albee, your crying shoulder. Bilodeau, Alex Black, Tyler Brown, Valerie Bure. He claps Ham. Austin Clapham. Andrew Cortison David. Right now, it's the Clapham. That screams Mr. Irrelevant to me. It does. It's going to take somebody special for us to not take the Clapham. I mean, like, Austin Hall apparently has really fucking good skating, though, so maybe. All right, you know what? Let's see. Holy hell, okay. Well, really quickly, who was the most 4-stars of the bunch? Jesus! Brennan Riddle's apparently insane. 3 4.5-star options. God damn. All right, Mr. Riddle. That is ridiculous. Austin Hall's got that really good skating. Then there's Brad Forrest. These 4 categories at least a 4-star. If that's accurate. I think we got our guy. I think we got our guy. I'm so sorry to Mr. Clapham. You were in the running, but you couldn't see the trees through the forest. Brad Forrest, Mr. Irrelevant, he's so bad. Look, I tried to have fun with it. Man, this was not the game, at least in the first couple years, to tear down, to try to build back up. Goodness gracious. I'm very surprised at the amount of real players as well that happen to be in this game. Just kind of goes to show at the time, like, they didn't really add people until like the year they were going to get drafted, it feels like. In terms of, and we'll have free agency probably next time out, but just to look at the re-sign phase here really quickly. Padobin's obviously going to go, right? As is pretty much everybody else. Like this big trio of RFAs, like we're going to let these guys go for now. We'll take the potential morale hits. Let those dudes go for now because Logan Thompson is ready for the AHL. So that'll be he and Jari in the AHL. We need to find somebody of an NHL caliber to hold things down for this season. Defensively, Carrier gets qualified. Honestly, all these 24-year-old dudes, they're great temporary NHLers. Just fill up a spot in the lineup. Morozov, we are signing him. He might be NHL ready by the start of the year. Andrew Campbell can go. He wasn't too happy anyway. Forsling definitely qualified. And, yep, same thing for Lindgren. That's fine. He's up to a 70. That's pretty good. Andre Vala? I don't know. I mean, I presume he's AHL eligible. And there's Jamnov. Nielsen. We'll keep Nielsen around. We might as well. I don't think we'll immediately sign the medium 7s. Because if we look at it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're pretty much already full in terms of a roster on both sides. Right wing side, Connor Brown, definitely staying. Josh Levo, staying. And then everybody else there, we'll just wait it out. Left wing side, Brad Marchand. Very much plan on getting Brad Marchand to come back. We're just going to offer him exactly what he wants. Matt Martin, he might have a spot on this team, but I'm going to say no for now. And yeah, some people will be mad about that. That's fine. Timoshoff gets qualified. Crescenzi, it was a good run, buddy, but you're out of here. Ivan Mongo is going to be signed. Klima is not. Klima is not. Unfortunately, they are not good. And then center side, the Broller coaster. We can hold on to David Brohl. That's fine. But Sean Collins is going to go. Byron Frey is, he's an RFA, but he can go for now. We'll free up that spot. And is there anybody else? Rupe Hintz obviously gets qualified. Teratukin, time to sign him. Put him in the AHL. Let him tear it up. And the Klimas just aren't really good enough to sign, unfortunately. So we are going to have still a ton of cap space, which you would probably expect. Only UFA we're worried about is Brad Marchand. And then just a boatload of RFAs that will be easy enough to sign. Let's see. Marchand rejects. I want to win now. I'm sure you do, buddy. But guess what? And guess who has enough money to tell you, LOL, you're staying? Me. I have that money. 4.5 for 3 years. You're staying. You're staying, Bradley. You're staying. There you go. Stay with your favorite team, Brad. Stay with them. As a bunch of the other RFAs will go through, and if they didn't, that's fine. We'll sign people afterwards. And actually, let's get a brief look at free agency. Why not? We can take this to an hour. Holy Tyler Johnson. Okay, first and foremost, RFAs. Ooh, Anton Forsberg? 1 year, 135. No picks required. We'll see if we can steal him away from Columbus. Defensively, Carrier's still out there. So was Matt Finn, but his potential sucks. Forsling's obviously ours. Carrier's obviously ours. There's a couple of medium sevenths. I can't imagine Matt Finn's going to be NHL caliber at the end of that. So, right wing side. Hello, Josh Anderson. 1 year deal. Oh, man, it was 1.3. Never mind. Yeah, he's going to be too expensive. Nason also looks like he's going to be too expensive. Brown is obviously ours, and you got the likes of Yuri Sakach. Leafs legend, Tyler Biggs, who is actually NHL caliber in this timeline. We could go for the medium bottom sixes. We had roster spots, didn't we? We had plenty. Proposed trade. We're at 33 contracts. And most of the RFAs will just have their teams match the deals anyway. Like Paliota, Enemy, Some of these guys, not really. But, Biggs was 24. At least he is ready to go now. Scott Kosmachuk is also apparently ready to go. Okay, well, I guess we are going to have to put more thought into this. What was the right-hand side? Right-hand side is Marner, Nylander, Brown. Yeah, we really don't have space on the right wing unless it's somebody special. Josh Levo is going to be there. Left wing side. Timoshoff is ours. Someone like Shane Prince, Ross Johnston's out there, Carter Sandlack. Do we have space on the left wing side? Obviously, we got Brad Marchand to come back. Marchand, Kempe, and then it kind of opens up a little bit for some bottom six options. So let's take one more look and see who's out there. Shane Prince isn't exactly a bottom six option. He should be a more high-skilled dude. Bozon, Nathan Walker, Ross Johnston as an enforcer. Walker and Bozon are both playmakers. And Carter Sandlack's also some grit and sandpaper there. He's not going to get much better, but he is a fourth liner already. I mean, if we could get Ross Johnston for the fourth line, like that might not be the worst, but apparently he's a good skater too, mainly because he has really good balance. If we can steal Ross Johnston away from Washington, I'm not opposed. Park him on the fourth line, see what happens. And then RFA centers. Hintz is obviously ours. There's Ryan Dzingel and Michael Scarbosa, but they're both 25, so it's not looking too good there. Not looking too good. And again, like a couple of 23-year-olds. Timashov is ours. Okay. For UFAs, top goalie, Ben Bishop, then Hadobin. Nobody that we really need to go for. In terms of potentials, Hellberg, Lundberg, but they're both 25, 26. And then for some of these other dudes, the medium backups, like we don't have space for them. So we'll end up just signing some veterans to be the goalies at some point. Defensively, man, Victor Hedman's out there. And if you can steal, not even steal because he's a free agent, but if you can take Victor Hedman away from Tampa, you got to do it. And then we have Victor Hedman as kind of the franchise level defender. He had 42 points last year. Takes pressure off of Morgan Riley, even though we're paying Riley like a number one. What did he want? He wanted 5 years. 5 years, $9 million for Victor Hedman. We're going to send that offer out. We could have gone for more, but that's not too bad. Right wing side, nobody too crazy in terms of potential. Nobody too crazy in terms of rating. Left wing side, again, nothing crazy. Low 9 and Kuhlman, just a bunch of dudes who can fill out the roster is pretty much what we're looking at. And then Tyler Johnson's there. But honestly, center, I don't hate the way we look right now. I don't. So that's probably the big move. That is probably the big move. Victor Hedman. Trying to bring him in for that left-hand side, especially after getting rid of Jake Gardner. Like I said, from there, we'll probably sign some veterans to fill things out while still looking to be bad. I don't expect us to get Hedman. But maybe we can end this episode on a high note with the signing of Victor Hedman. Maybe. Forsberg, we don't know yet. Johnston, we don't know yet. Victor Hedman. Rupe Hintz will match that offer from Edmonton. Idiots. Yeah, Hedman rejected. He wants to win. Okay. Well, hey, another season coming up of veterans and rookies.